Kamila Valieva will not be able to perform in the show, which is provided with state support. This is reported by Match TV. The Court of Arbitration for Sport, CS, disqualified Valieva for 4 years. The term of her disqualification is counted from December 25, 2021. All results from this date are cancelled. Okay, we're sorting it out. Kamila is suspended from both competitions, training and shows. With the competitions, it's clear. You can't train with a coach at either state or private shows. With the show is a little different situation. You can skate in those shows that are not provided with state support, that is purely commercial, said in the news Matcha. Kamila Valieva did not train on the day of the announcement of the verdict on her doping case. This is reported by TASS with reference to a source. Kamila did not train on the day of the announcement of the verdict, the agency's interlocutor said. For what the redistribution of medals will look like and how many medals Kamila Valieva has left, see our website figureskating.org at the link in the description. ISU will publish a statement on the consequences of Valieva's disqualification on January 30th. CAS did not consider the issue of medals in the team event of the Olympics 2022, where Valieva took first place in the Russian team. A decision on the redistribution of medals will be made later. ISU welcomes the CAS decision and is firmly committed to its position that the protection of clean athletes and the fight against doping have the highest priority and will continue its efforts to maintain fair competition and athlete welfare. ISU will publish a full statement on the implications of the CAS decision on January 30, 2024, reported on the website of the organization. Tatiana Tarasova said of the unfair treatment of Kamila Valieva, "This is just an unfair and ugly decision towards Kamila. These people who made such a judgment will have big trouble in life. Believe me. Let them wait. This is an incredible injustice to the child," said the honored coach of the USSR. Tatiana Navka called the disqualification of Kamila Valieva a terrible injustice. "First of all, of course, this is a terrible injustice. It is obvious that this decision is politicized. I believe that our sports officials should use all means to challenge this verdict. Kamila remains one of the strongest figure skaters on the planet, the favorite of our hearts. She is only 17 years old, her life is just beginning, she is strong in spirit, physically and morally. If I understand correctly, her 4 years of disqualification will end before the Olympics 2026, and she has a chance to compete there, if our athletes have such an opportunity at all. I wish her willpower and patience to overcome this incredibly difficult stage in her life. To keep the emotional desire to go forward and faith in herself. I, for my part, will support her in every possible way. We are waiting for her on our shows. All the audience, I am sure, as well as our Navka show team, will see her at our shows. And I am convinced that she should not stop the training process. Only forward. Our whole country is with her," said the Turin 2006 Olympic champion. Lawyer Alexei Panich spoke about the possibility of appealing the verdict and value of his case. Is the period of disqualification adequate? In a situation where an anti-doping rule violation has been established, a lengthy disqualification usually follows. In this case, the issue of time is certainly important, but not as important as the fact of disqualification, because it deprives the athlete of a medal. Unfortunately, there is little that can be done here. We can discuss how adequate the term is, but it is unlikely to change anything. To appeal to the Swiss courts is unpromising, because there are practically no reversals of CAS decisions, said Panich. As far as I know, now a number of lawyers are developing the topic of challenging the independence of CAS in European courts. An example is the Wiener case, where it was revealed that the arbitrators do not show the necessary level of impartiality and independence. One can try to appeal to the ICTR, because it may be more promising than to a Swiss court, but it is necessary to realize that if you challenge the independence of a panel or a single arbitrator, you need facts. For example, in the Wiener case there are such facts, but here, in the Valieva case, I am not aware of such facts. It is not a secret for people who judge and CAS that in a number of cases there is some discussion of the ruling with the CAS administration, which is absolutely unacceptable. A panel has no right to discuss any of its findings with anyone outside the panel. It keeps popping up in CAS, something in one case, in another case something there was some discussion with CAS staff. In a number of cases, there was information that the delay in issuing a decision was due to the fact that the CAS administration had not looked at it. This is completely unacceptable, the lawyer added. Sovietsky Sport. Kamila Valieva's lawyers based their line of defense on the version of unintentional ingestion of the banned drug trimetazidine through a dessert prepared by her grandfather. According to the Russian lawyers who spoke at the CAS hearing in September last year, the banned drug could have entered the Russian figure skater's body through a cake that her grandfather had prepared on the eve of the Russian Championships in December 2021. It was a sample taken after that tournament that showed the presence of trimetazidine. The Russian side argued that Kamila Valieva's grandfather took this drug for medical reasons and could have unintentionally put doping in the dessert. Thus, according to the version of the Russian lawyers, this was a mitigating circumstance that allowed them to demand the absence of a real period of disqualification. However, the CAS arbitrators, judging by the verdict, did not consider this version proven. Evgenia Medvedeva supported Kamila Valieva in the doping story. Today the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CS, disqualified Kamila Valieva for 4 years, starting from December 25, 2021, and stripped all medals won since the same date. It's a sad decision, but we're used to sadness in Russian sport. I will tell Kamila everything I think about it personally, but I would like to voice a couple of thoughts publicly. I was by Kamila's side in China when all this was happening. I was with her after the games were over, and we were on the next seat on the plane to Moscow from China. I saw every emotion from the beginning to the end. I remember how much she was worried and indignant at the same time, not understanding what was going on. This is not how an athlete who doped on purpose behaves. He would be angry that everything came out, looking for someone to blame, but Kamila just didn't understand what was going on. Imagine you've been aiming for gold at the Olympics your whole life, and then you arrive at the Olympics as the favorite. You're ready to win. And they say to you, well, you perform, but we will most likely deprive you of medals. And you're 15 years old. But I have a lot of questions about this story. Why did the story with trimetazidine come up a couple of days before the Olympics, if it was already known in December 2021? How was it possible to make a decision in the end after the Olympics for as long as 2 years? It's a lot of bureaucracy. And anyway, why would a figure skater need doping? I understand athletics, skiing, biathlon, that is, athletes working on long distance, but a figure skater? What kind of drug is able to help jump quadruple tulip? Maybe you can share the recipe with me. I can say with certainty that Kamila Valieva knew nothing about any trimetazidine. And I am very sorry that an athlete who did not make any mistakes is purposely deprived of medals. I could give dozens of examples when our foreign athletes were justified in similar situations, but I won't. I will save my strength to give Kamila a big hug when I see her. P.S. Kamila, I want you to just smile. Like in this photo. Love you, wrote the two-time world champion. Irina Wiener reacted to the decision to disqualify Valieva for 4 years. I said that after rhythmic gymnastics will be figure skating. That's exactly what happened. Did you not expect this decision? I expected, said the head of the VFHE. Ina Goncharenko believes that Kamila Valieva will be able to continue her career. It's very sad, but the decision has been made. Valieva needs to keep her hands up, and if there are any opportunities to fight further, they should be used. The situation is difficult, but Kamila is a strong athlete. For 2 years she has hardened herself, so it is very desirable for her to take a philosophical attitude to this decision. Kamila will not become worse for us because of this. She is our star, she has brought us her style, her incredible spins. I think Kamila will be able to continue her career. She is a young girl, time flies fast, but it should be her decision. She can try her hand at something else. I am sure that she will always be supported, whatever she does, and she will be welcome everywhere, whether it is a competition, a show or something else, the coach said. Irina Rodnina called the decision on Kamila Valieva's case expected. An absolutely expected decision. Alas, to be honest, I didn't expect anything else. Will Kamila be able to return? That's a question for her. Any athlete who wants to prove his position will probably strive to do so. Is the decision fair? I don't know what arguments the judges had, only know one thing, like everyone else, that she was found in possession of banned drugs. What form of punishment is also known to everyone. Any athlete, coach and sports doctor knows that there are some things you can't do in sport. For me, will our national team still be the Beijing Olympic champion in team events? I am a tough man after all. The result is the result, said the three-time Olympic champion.